Hey investors, welcome back to another episode of Vishal Vealth View. आज के एपिसोड में I'll be reviewing my mutual fund portfolio to see which mutual fund are not beating category average, and I'll be comparing my mutual fund return with the category average and the benchmark to understand whether I'm paying for the expense ratio or not. So if you're someone who is planning to invest in mutual fund, then this video might be for you because you'll learn how you can compare mutual fund with respect to each other and with respect to benchmark. So let's start this video. So before we start, investors, I want to give you a disclaimer again that this is not an investment advice. This is just for educational purpose. And I hope you find some of the things that I tell in this video useful. So I started using this tool called Ticker Tape, and in this, I really was amazed by one of the analysis that they have given. So यहाँ पे they are telling that some of my mutual fund are not able to beat the benchmark and averages. Now, I don't know what are they comparing this Nifty 200 Momentum 30 index with, but I want to see what's happening to these three mutual fund in which I'm heavily invested in. And this might be a good time to also switch this into either a strategy that's either mid cap based and it's an index fund, or keep them in debt for some amount of time and probably short it and invest it in probably in month of April or May. So I'm thinking about both of these strategies, but let's see what's the return of these mutual fund with respect to the category average and the benchmarks. So there's this tool called Advisor Coach, and in this, there's a tool that tells you the rolling returns of a mutual fund between a period of time. Now, what are rolling returns? So you have three type of returns in mutual fund or mutual fund industry. One is absolute return, that's when you have put in the money and when you're taking out the money, the difference between it. Then second is calendar year return. That means in one calendar year, what's the return that the mutual fund is giving. And the third is rolling returns. And rolling returns is in a given period of time, let's just say in a window of 3 years, starting from every point in time, what's the return you are expecting. So, for example, if we see this particular graph, then this tells you that from May 31st, 2020 to May 31st, 2023, SBI Magnum Mid Cap was able to generate a return of 40%, around 39% CAGR. Mira Asset was able to generate a return of 35% CAGR, and Nifty Mid Cap TRI, which is total rolling return, dividends reinvested, was able to generate a return of 35% CAGR. Now, if you see in last 3 to 4 years, the blue line, which is Nifty Mid Cap TRI, is clearly hovering above both of my investment in SBI Magnum Mid Cap and Mirai Asset Mid Cap. Now, even though I was able to generate amazing returns on these investment because the market was in that wave, but I'm not getting the money for the amount I'm paying these mutual fund manager because they are not able to beat the category average. So this is why I think this might be a good time that I either shift these mutual fund into an index strategy, which can be momentum based, value based, whatever I think so, or keep it in debt and reinvest when probably after 2 or 3 months when market has fallen down a bit. So I have not decided on that, but this is something that I'm planning to do. So let's also compare the small cap indexes. So if we see the small cap indexes as well and the rolling return of the small cap benchmark, then Quant Small Cap Fund, which is one of my investment, is able to beat the benchmark. So I think I'll keep my investment in this particular small cap fund. However, the other mutual fund, which is Access Small Cap Direct Growth, this consistently has been underperforming the benchmark, and they are charging almost zero point 0.6, zero point 0.7 as the expense ratio, if I'm not wrong. So if we see over here, Access Small Cap Fund, wait a second, where are my funds? They have they have an expense ratio of almost 0.56, which is double the expense ratio of any index or almost 10 times the index expense ratio of just plain Nifty 50. So I would rather put this money in index than keep in this mutual fund since they are not able to beat the category average for sure. So I'll be using the switch fund feature that Grow offers to switch this asset allocation into a different bucket. So over here you can select switch fund. It will tell you what's the exit load charged. I can click on proceed, and then I can select whatever mutual fund I want to invest in. The only constraint is it has to be an Access mutual fund. So I have to see in which mutual fund I want to move this money in. As of now, they don't offer any indexes based out of momentum in which I'm investing right now. So I'll probably move this money into a debt fund or a short-term bond fund. So let's just see what's the expense ratio and other criterias are for this fund. So this is short duration fund. Mm, expense ratio 0.36, exit load nil, 0.36, exit load nil. So I can invest in any one of these investment over here. So over here, ultra short duration, this seems more stable. Uh, and then short duration seems more volatile, but the returns are better. So in this case, I feel like I'll just keep it an ultra short duration fund because I'm planning to just move this money into back into any mid cap or small cap index in some time. So you can click on proceed. This will just verify all the transactions that will happen, and you can click on confirm switch. It will send me a OTP. So as you can see, the redeem order is placed. I'll probably do that with other mutual funds that I have, which is Asset Mid Cap and SBI Magnum Mid Cap. I've not decided where I'm going to move these funds right now, since I have decent amount of data allocation in this entire portfolio. I think I'll still like to be heavy on equities. So probably I'll switch them into momentum fund or into any value-based index. That's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you find this video useful and you're able to compare between the mutual fund you're planning to invest in future. If you like this video, do hit the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm to push this video in other people's feed. And subscribe to this channel and bye bye. Happy investing.